Welcome to Eden Valley Farm. I want to share with you two types of greenhouses that might be the greenhouse for you. And I want to start with this one. If you live in a very hot area, so southern United States, Texas, Arkansas, you name it. If it gets hot in the summer and you have mild winter, this greenhouse is for you. This greenhouse, if you notice up here, it's very tall, very high. I mean, we're talking about, I believe it's 22 or 20, yeah, 20 to the center of the greenhouse. And on top of that, I want to show you a feature that I can show you actually is from outside. Well, let me show you from the inside. And you can see, for example, these things right here hanging, and you can see where they come from, just way up there. And this is very good because later on, which a process that I will show you later, you don't have to lower your tomatoes as much, and your tomatoes will perform better with high greenhouses. So if you live in a very hot place and you have lower greenhouse and your tomatoes aren't doing too good, it might be just because your greenhouse is not high enough. Now this right here, excuse me, this right here is a pulley where the top, if you notice, sorry, it was close. I'm gonna open it with you just like that. This is real time, y'all. This is real time. So right here, the top opens, and on top of that, this greenhouse, it has electricity, but it doesn't need electricity to get cooled. This one right here is the roll-up size system, which I will show you actually from the outside. So let's come out here. I want to give you a tour of this greenhouse because I believe this style of greenhouse is really good for a warm climate. For a very cold climate, it is okay. For example, this greenhouse is really good for us here. It gets cold in Colorado, where we are. And we use it, but it's not the first one. As you can tell, it's not the first one that we use. We use other greenhouses that are lowered and that have they're more sealed up. This one is not as much, so it's really good for the summertime here, but it will be the best for you. Now this right here, it is the roll-up size system. On the other end, you have the pulley where you crank it up just by hand. It's very easy to open. Now, one of the key factors is that the reason it's really good for warm areas is because that top opens and the sides open, meaning and hot air rises. So basically it creates its own suction. And inside the greenhouse has circular fans. Right now they're off, but let me turn them on for you. So that way you can see them there. So in a 30 by 96, that's the dimension of this greenhouse, you only need 4 fans circulating the air, and it's very important for pollination, very important to avoid fungus in your greenhouse. Now the second greenhouse that it will be really good if you live more in a colder climate will be this one right behind me. And I'm going to show you a couple of features of this greenhouse. It is not as tall and as well. Is basically sealed up all the way. There's no roll-up system because the roll-up system, as tight as they can be, in certain areas they let air through. And the top, even though it seals up, is not as airtight. So this one is very airtight. It has a cooling system. And let me show you actually this one right here. So it has these 2 huge exhaust fans right here, big exhaust fans, and then right back there we have a cooling system that has water dripping right from the top. And so when outside, actually when the temperatures outside are, let's say 95 degrees, 100 degrees, this greenhouse is 85, 90 degrees because the cooling system, let me show you to you as well. Now you can see as well, these are not as high up as the other one. I mean, I can almost touch this support system, so a lot closer to the ground. than the other. Now, different structure, completely different structure than the other one. So right here, it is the cooling system. So this is the cooling system. On top, there's a pipe that drips very cold water. This works as well in the south or warmer states. If you're using this, like for example, in the southern part of the United States or in a climate area in general, make sure your water comes from a well, and that's how it's gonna work, because it needs to be cold. Here, of course, in northern states, in Colorado, we get very cold water even in the summer. So right here, there's a pump down there, pumps the water up, and then basically drips it too. And when those big fans on the other side pull the air through, then it cools this greenhouse in no time. Now, I want to show you the outside. Let's go out. Now, right here, this is an automated system to open the back of the greenhouse. Again, when it's cold outside, we want the greenhouse to be as tight as possible, and it is possible with this right here. This will open as soon the greenhouse reaches a certain temperature. So it is regulated by thermostat, the fan, the heater, this back here, and this is how we have this greenhouse. Now, to show you one more thing I want to show you, and you can actually see it better what I'm talking about. If you look at the greenhouse where we were in earlier, you see the top of that greenhouse right here. You see it pops a little, so the air will come right out of there. Very, very nice. This is the roll-up system. It's very simple. I mean, a kid can do this. I mean, it's very simple, and you can tell the sides now are going up. The entire side right here. Look at that. And this is not edited, it's not cut. You saw it down there. Look how little it takes to literally open the whole thing. Just like that. I don't know how long that took. What, 30 seconds? So, hey guys, I was just wanting to share these two greenhouses. We have others that later on will be presenting to you here from Eden Valley. But for now, this year, as I mentioned in all the videos, I want to share with you the process of this farm. I want to share with you the knowledge that we have gained, the experiments that we do here all the time, and the success that we've had, and the not so success that we've had, because I don't want you to have problems, the same problems that I've had. So thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.